I'm Sam Crebolder, and I work with the Windsor-Detroit Bridge Authority. I'm manager of project controls, and I deal primarily with risks and issues, and am the administrator of Active Risk Manager. Prior to Riskonnect, we were using Excel sheets, as many people do, sometimes Word documents, and so it really became hard to manage the continuity of the data and make updates. And for me, being the primary risk manager at the time, it was my day-to-day and the time spent using these spreadsheets, sharing them for updates, and then having to go back and manually change the entries and create all the reports ad hoc. It was very manual to use it, and inaccuracies, particularly if a file wasn't saved or it was saved in a different place or someone didn't have access to it. So it wasn't as approachable or friendly for people to be always trying to find the spreadsheet. Riskonnect helped by being able to have a tool that people could work in, which also helped me as a risk manager kind of communicate about risk to people a little bit more and get them more involved in the process. So it really drove that collaborative piece of our risk culture. Since we've been able to use Riskonnect, it's not just about the reporting, which is great, which the senior leadership team loves. It's about being able to really search through and filter more effectively and search different conditions. So the filtering is one of my favorite functionalities that came along with it. I think the thing that surprised me is kind of all the different record types, especially starting to use ARM specifically for issues. First, we were only using for risks, but now configuring the issue record type and being able to basically save ourselves time and move out of a more manual system, and then bringing that risk under kind of our group that deals with risks and issues. And so it kind of led to being able to drive it more effectively from a people perspective, not just with the tool. My favorite capabilities with ARM, I think I mentioned filtering already, because especially when I'm in meetings, if I can pull something up or I can find it quickly, I can help people, think of maybe something that they're not thinking of in the meeting. The reporting I love, especially once we have a custom report built. It can be run in, under a minute, basically. And so I like being able to give people their ad hoc reports or more fulsome reports for the senior leadership team, or the high-level reporting that we do for our board. So I like being able to do that part of my job very quickly and just normally making everyone else's lives easier when I work with them. My other favorite thing about ARM, I would say, is so there's filtering and reports, and I would say the summary detail functionality is something new that I've been using, and I really like being able to roll the risk up, particularly when I'm dealing with external audiences or the board who wants to see concise information and they want to see trends, and they don't necessarily want to see every single detail risk that makes up that parent node or parent risk. I think what I'd like to add is just kind of having experience with ARM for the last 10 years. It's different every place, but it's just got that reliability and customizable, appeal to it that you can really use it anywhere, and you can use it for different sizes of things. So I just think that's a really big benefit. I would say the biggest results have come with just time savings in terms of more qualitative results. I just think being able to bring risk into the forefront has kind of helped support and keep building the risk culture. It's something that's, right in front of people. It's easy to use, so it makes it a little bit less intimidating. Also saving time and cost by combining our enterprise as well as our project risk management. And so previously, those were kind of different groups. We had consultants that were doing the corporate risk. And so we were able to save those consultant fees and do everything in-house with this tool. So for every new user that we have, or if we have change in users, people's roles change over time, they always get a training, and Riskonnect helped me with giving me some of the training slides and obviously training me as an admin, but they made me feel comfortable to train people to use the tool. So they get a very kind of customized training that brings all the functionality from ARM, but then it mixes it with our Windsor-Detroit Bridge Authority policies and procedures. And so I've kind of able to build that custom thing, and it's almost like a connection so close between the tool and our process that I think it makes people more comfortable with it. And the other feedback is just how easy it is to log in and how simple the forms are, just being able to customize it so that it's speaking a language that everybody understands. I think there's just something good about the relationship and being able to get on the phone. It's always easy to reach Riskonnect. I've started using the help portal now, so I'm finding that really good. And I also really love being able to go to the different webinars or the ARM user group, which I attended recently, and I really found that helpful. So I guess the thing I like is not only feeling like I have personalized support, but you're kind of stepping into a broader community. And being one of the only people dealing with risk at my organization, it's kind of nice to reach out into a world of other risk experts. Risk under one roof to me means being able to manage everything day to day, but also that specialized capability to show that off externally or internally in your organization, and having everyone have a common understanding, whether they use different software or they have different goals. It's really kind of connecting and understanding this unique thing we all do, which is risk.